A first-hand look inside a new program in Solano Prison that began in January 2025, aiming to help young men make better, more informed choices and break the cycle of incarceration.
It's part of the California Department of Corrections' latest push to reduce gun and gang violence. Fox 40's Juliet Smith brings us the exclusive report from inside Solano Prison.
50-year-old inmate Earl Harris was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole in 2006.
I'm in here for a gang shooting where I was selling drugs.
Through rehabilitation, Harris realized that his fire and fury began in his traumatic childhood, marked by beatings, brutality, and his parents' drug abuse.
One of the most memorable moments in my life is my dad sexually assaulting my mom, and I heard her yelling and screaming for me, and I ran to the door and saw what was going on, and I felt powerless. I promised myself in that moment that I was never again going to let anybody take anything from me or my mom.
That life sentence would go on to become the beginning of a new life for Harris, one where he could help other incarcerated young men find purpose. So shortly after the CDCR closed the Department of Juvenile Justice, Harris launched the Young Men with Choices program a year ago.
It's easy to do what's wrong, but it takes courage, determination, and commitment to do what's right.
80 participants ages 18 to 25 are learning forgiveness, relationship recovery, gang intervention, and anger management.
When I was younger, I used to bottle up all my anger and it used to just sting me.
Many of these men who'd also endured violence as children agree that it normalized that behavior, shaping the way they saw the world.
Young age, to get somebody to do what it is that you want, or to make somebody give you something or do something, you beat them, right? You fight.
And how they saw themselves.
And we grow up, there's a lot to be angry about, right? Sometimes we're not celebrating birthdays because there's no money in the house. Sometimes we're going hungry. And now I can look at it from a different place, maybe a place of forgiveness.
For the first time, many young men once seen as gang rivals are standing side by side and learning to listen.
Once these guys get away from that crowd that has them at odds in with this other crowd, anything's possible.
This class has gave me different sorts of tools to cope instead of jumping to conclusions like taking deep breaths or thinking about it before reacting.
Mentors with similar lived experiences like Dustin Garcia are proving that it's okay to open up.
I think if I was young and I was approached and being worked with by older guys who had street credibility, you know, for sure, yeah, I'm gonna listen to what they gotta say.
An opportunity for everyone to do better and be better.
I have a lot of, not necessarily demons, but emptiness inside me, and when I'm done working with these guys, it feels good. I feel better about myself.
The first cohort of 50 participants graduated in July.
Don't just look at my mistakes, look at my progression. I know I'm the furthest thing from perfection, but I've been putting in the work, gotta learn my lessons.
Harris knows change isn't easy, but for these young men with a second chance at freedom, life is a treasure far too precious to throw away.
There are some people that may see those young men as hardcore criminals or don't want to change. What I see is a group of young men who want more, who want their lives to be better.
Harris hopes other correctional facilities across the nation adopt this program,
so that the young men in society will pick up a book instead of picking up a gun.
Reporting in Solano Prison, covering local news that matters. Juliet Smith, Fox 40 News.